I don't know if anybody's even going to show up, but kind of just, I'm going to start talking because I don't know what we just saw. I don't know what we just witnessed. I have no, it, I, I'm silent because what we had tonight, and we'll talk about more on, uh, uh, Tuesday. I'm fried. I like this took my mind to a different place. Um, but yeah, we had a fight night tonight on Netflix, and it was odd. It was odd. Peppered in pretty good fights of the main card. Only watched the main card. Don't know anything about like the prelims that happened. But the main card in general had some bangers. The draw for the welterweight championship, um, before the Serrano and um oh god, I can't remember. She just won. Why can't I remember her name now? And I'm on my phone, so I can't really even check. But the women's fight, off the fucking chain. If you had access to the internet, like if you had access to the internet for this whole thing, if anybody watching this, leave a comment down below before or during or after this live stream. I just decided to do a live stream in my car. I have a Coke Zero I need to finish. Not drinking, by the way. Don't need that BS in my life again. But that women's match was weird in the finish. I don't know how with a point deduction, Katie even like did that and pulled that victory off. Should have had a couple points. Should have at least been penalized a few times more than she was. She just got a verbal warning from the referee a bunch, and Serrano's eyebrow was hanging on her freaking cheek. Like, what? How? Boxing in the Jake Paul MVP era is a weird thing. I don't know how these guys pull what they pull off, but they pull this shit off a lot. And it's quite strange to see those fights. Just, it's like Tim says on the podcast, UFC tends to have that moment that just works out for them. This kind of was also a big backfire, because I mean, Father Time wins always, no matter who. Mike Tyson didn't look good. Was not the best in the world at what he was doing. And I don't know if I'm going to just turn that off. I'm going to turn my Bluetooth off. I don't even have a headset connected to it right now. But some takeaways from Mike Tyson. We'll talk about it. I'm going to talk about more with Tim on Thursday because he's not going to be in Tuesday. So we'll just do a quick show, probably a couple hours, and then bounce. But like watching Mike Tyson, the 58-year-old fighter, a realization hit me with Mike, that in the present mind, I'm going to say this, the present mind was sad, but kind of righteous of Mike to do what he did. I kind of respect the fact that the guy at, the age that he's at, the apparent infirmity, excuse me, that he has in his knee, was able to go out there and last 8 rounds. I think Jake decided to work this a little too hot, too easily, if you know what I'm saying. Like, that, if it was a legitimate fight, we knew this was going to kind of maybe be a sparring match at minimum, but also possibly do, actually probably try to Mike Tyson out, or like body punches, something to take him out. But to turn it into 16 minutes of 1 minute more than a quarter hour, by the way, 16 minutes, 16 minutes. And we got that. Like, Jake Paul, I'm not saying should be ashamed, but Jake Paul shouldn't fight real fighters. And what I mean by that is guys in his age bracket, 27-year-old fighters, don't fight the best. You've already lost to Tommy Fury. You had a weird night. This was like your fantasy camp. We get it, Jake. We absolutely get it. You bought your fantasy wish. You became Willy freaking Wonka, bro. Like, we get it. You did these things. Absolutely understand it. But to just kind of toy with Mike instead of, and I get it. I get Mike. Like, I get Tyson. And by the way, share this out if whoever's watching. Appreciate it. We can obviously see. I can see. It's not many people right now, because everybody's going to bed. But I just wanted to kind of talk about this and just kind of vent for a minute. Because as a boxing fan, I have non-boxing fan friends who I hype this shit up for. I tried to get people to watch boxing with me, and god damn it, Jake, you make boxing look like dog shit, and it's not cool. I mean, Tyson Fury is not the the unified heavyweight champion, and not retired right now and fighting in December because he showboated against Alexander Usyk. And we watched, just again, straight up, I'm buying my fantasy camp experience. The motherfucker went to the School of Rock and had Jack Black as a guitar teacher. Like, that's what tonight was. He got the movie. He got this. This should be called Paul's Millions, because it's like Brewster's Millions. It's like he's actually spending every single penny of his money to like die alone to get that money. It's weird. Why would you put yourself through that? Tyson didn't look good. Obviously, he's a 58-year-old man, Jake. Like, I sat through 16 minutes of that. 16 fucking minutes of Jake Paul pitter-pattering with Mike Tyson. And again, respect. If you go watch the episode, which you should do, if you go back and watch our last episode, which was Thursday, when we kind of talked about this, and also Tuesday, we talked about it as well, that I didn't think Tyson was going to go 4 rounds. I thought he may let Father Time, take the check, if you will, and sit down on the stool. I think it was the 7th round. I want to say 7th or 8th round. No, it was the 8th. When he was like laboring to get off the stool and everything like that. And again, I am not saying a disparaging word. I am not saying anything that, Mike probably, he said it himself during the interview, and I agree with him. It doesn't matter what anybody does, it's what he does for himself. Because he tried to make people from Custom D'Amato to Don King until that relationship fucking blew up. All these people he tried to make happy, and he made himself happy by selling out AT&T Stadium in Dallas. So I'm not hating on Mike, but we're all going to be there at some point physically. Like, we are all going to be in some way, shape, form, fashion, are all going to be Mike Tyson someday. Not to make it motivational or anything like that, but we do see now what happens to people's bodies. We see it. We're starting to learn these things. We're starting to show people. Sure, it would have been amazing to have Tyson knock Jake Paul out and do the George Foreman. This is for all my people. And it's also, we need to talk about this, and we'll talk about it more Tuesday. Mike Tyson's ass is now going to be, I'm calling it. I'm freaking calling it right now. Mike Tyson's ass is going to be the new hot meme. I've seen photos already online, but Mike Tyson, when his kid was interviewing him and he turns around and you see Mike Tyson's 58-year-old ass in the athletic supporter that he was wearing, I immediately knew that was going to be a meme. Like, out the rip, you knew that was going to happen. But at the same time, 58 is 58, man. Like, we all seen it. I mean, those of you with athletic fathers who did, any kind of sport after high school, or, stepdads who did any, like, stuff still into their 40s or, 50s, know that there comes a time where they even know, like, yeah, I can't do this bullshit anymore. I've seen it. I saw it with my dad, a bunch, and he had to kill, I think, I forget who it was, one of the people from, the Netflix desk was like, Mike's brain wanted him to do stuff. Mike's brain wanted him to kill Jake Paul, but his knees and his feet, he was doing all the proper things. It's just, you could tell that there was like a nervous habit, nervous everything. He was biting on his gloves again. But again, there's nothing, anybody upset with this needs to look in the mirror, because it's you. It's just you. Because we all knew this was going to be a circus. Was I hyped? Yeah, I was fucking hyped, bro. Like, I was excited for this. And then we're giving Jake Paul and Mike Tyson at AT&T Stadium, and it's the toy with Richard Pryor. Just buying a motherfucker and boxing him for 8 rounds. Like, it's the strangest year of fighting ever. I mean, UFC hasn't had a great year. Bellator, PFL, one championship is getting shit on by former fighters now. It's kind of a weird year. It's kind of a weird year for fighting. Tomorrow is Stipe Miocic versus John Jones, UFC 309, live in Madison Square Garden, New York City. Weigh-ins have happened. Weird. I want to see if I can possibly do things. Can I bring this up by any chance? Start a poll? No. Don't need that. Chat settings, chat filters, all messages. I wish I could share this. Jones looked shook in the weigh-ins. John Jones didn't look himself, so we shall see what happens tomorrow. But if you watch the Netflix Tyson fight tonight, hope you went in with low expectations. Because again, time wins all, and Tyson was Tyson, I guess. I don't know how to really describe it, but at least we got to see his ass. I mean, that's the one thing I think to take away from this whole night is everybody who's ever wondered what Mike Tyson's ass looks like bare, you got it on Netflix live in 4K. But we'll be back Tuesday. We're going to talk about the Jake Paul fight that just happened, the card. I talked a little bit about it. Wanted to spend a little bit of time live streaming because why the hell not? And also I had a can that I didn't want to throw out just yet. It's Coke Zero, so I'm not drinking and driving. That was a night. That was a night, and be prepared for Saturday or to the thumbnail Tuesday. We'll have a Mike Tyson Easter egg meme of his ass somewhere in, and hopefully you guys come join us 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm tired. I'm going to go home and pass the fuck out. So, have a good night, guys. Bro Plata, Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you come across this video. And we appreciate everybody who is subscribed. And we will talk to you Tuesday. Later, fuckers.